Good morning, everyone. Wrecker here. Wrecker runs DC Universe Online. Long time no see. Had some real life issues, so haven't been able to get on. But hey, God is good. I'm still going. I'm still here. So I'm excited to be here today and excited to be back on DC and excited to be able to share with you my Atomic build and loadout updated for 2021. Been working on it for a while now, and I've really got a really nice, strong build to share with you. A little bit different from my build from last year, but really went in depth with it, so I'm really ready to jump right into it and share it with you. The best way for me to show you how to build your tank is just to build it for you. So I'm going to go over here and respec my points. I appreciate everyone's patience with me coming out in this video. I know it's been a long time coming, a long time since I've promised it, so I really appreciate your patience. I appreciate all the new subs and follows, and you guys are awesome, and I'm nothing without you, and I really, really, really appreciate all the views and subs. Thank you. I just hope that my videos are helping some of you guys learn to tank and be successful in the game, and I know that they are because when I log on, people are sending me tells and telling me thank you or telling me they follow me, and I really appreciate that. Then that's why I'm doing this, because I just want to help people. So let's jump right in here and take a look at Atomic. You'll see, talk to you about why I do some of the things that I do. Always look at your power first before you start allocating your skill points. The power tells you where you need to put your skill points if you'll just look. For Atomic, it's all about the glow. You want to get that glow up and keep it going. The Quark Glue-On Aura. While the tank row is active, you gain 35% control resistance and 25% damage absorption while not blocking. And your attacks heal you for an amount equal to 2% of your max health. So, you want your health to be really high because you're going to heal yourself for 2% of your max health. And you also want to go into damage because your attacks are going to heal you. So, when we start allocating our stat points, we want to make sure that we go into those stats because that's going to make us, or we want to accentuate the things that make your power strong, no matter your power set. So that high health and being able to do some damage to heal yourself are really nice with this power set, so we want to make sure we use those when we allocate our points. I always start with flight, just so I don't forget. Doesn't matter what role you use on this game, you need to get the restraint resistance and the stun resistance. Really helps you and improve your gameplay, and it'll help you where you're not a detriment to the group. Next, you need to do your weapon. I use one-handed because it goes with my iconic look. But another real big thing about the one-handed, it has a quick lunge. As a tank, you want to have something with a very fast lunge because there's a lot of bosses. They're mechanic. You've got to knock them down right now. So I use this one-handed. Brawling's another good tank weapon. It's got a real quick lunge. Also, make sure that you get a combo where you can regenerate your own power because that's important. So you're not a detriment to the controller, and you're a little more self-sufficient. You don't need the controller as much. Got my flight, got my weapons, iconic powers. That hard light shield, doesn't matter what kind of tank you are, you need to have that. It's great. It's the best shield in the game that is not a supercharge. I also use the lasso. Even if you don't have that artifact, it's good to have that with you just in case you need that single taunt. It's really nice. For a lot of tank power sets, I use Amazonian Deflection too. I always get it just in case I'm really having some problem or I'm doing survival mode type deal. But the loadout I'm showing you today is for elite type content. I won't be using the Amazonian Deflection, but I always get it just in case I come to something where I feel like I might. But the hard light shield and the lasso are a must for the build and loadout I'm going to show you. So now that we've put in, remember when we talked about the atomic power, it said you got healing according to the damage that you've done per how high your health is. So you've got to get 20 to get to the bottom. See what we're going to use. And it's, for whatever reason, it's been that way for a while now on good old DCUO. It'll glitch out on you when you're trying to respec. But I forgot to. You want to go down, make sure when you're going down here, you go hybrid if you're a tank. A lot of people like the superpowered, and you do get power back, and it's great. I love the power you get with it. If you were a healer or a controller, I would go down there because you get some great power back from it. But as a tank, your dominance is doubled in tank row. So by going down the middle, you not only do you get 5% dominance, but because you're in tank row, you get 10% more dominance. Dominance is the backbone of what you are as a tank. It makes all your pulls stronger, all your juggles, all your controlled effects. So you want to have it's a must to go down the middle here and get that extra 10% dominance. Now when we get here, as it said in the atomic power description, our healings is 2% of our max health per the damage we do. So you got to get 20 to get to the bottom. I get 10 in my damage right there in my damage chance, and then I get 10 in my actual damage to get down to the bottom. Now, for a lot of tank sets, I would fill up my dominance now, but if you remember what it said about Atomic, your heals off your damage are per your max health, so I'm going to max out that health. It doesn't matter how many skill points you have. You may not have 538 skill points. You may have 100 skill points. If all you have is 100 skill points, you spend that one there, 20 to get to the bottom, and then put everything else you have right here in health. Now, if you happen to have extra skill points, take the rest of whatever you have and dump it into dominance. That's going to improve your shield strength, improve your controlled effects. It is the essence of what a tank is. But because of the nature of this tank, we're going to go health first. Again, what it tells you in the power descriptions, if you look on, doesn't matter the power set, it's going to tell you how you need to build your tank. And your attacks heal you to an amount of 2% of your max health. So you want a high max health and you want to go into some damage. Now, it's not about doing a whole lot of damage. That's why we don't go into more damage. It's all about surviving. Now we'll look at our loadout. I love the Hard Light Shield. It's one of the best shields. It is the best shield that's not a supercharge in the game. I'll change that around now. There we go. I like the lasso, and I'll talk to you about it a little bit more. I don't even use the atomic pull. If I was not using the lasso artifact, I would use the atomic reorganization, the long range pull here, but because I'm using this lasso, you get 2 pulls in one here. You get the long distance pull that's also hard taunts, and then if you pull adds, it groups them for you and pulls them to you, so you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I love it. Hard Light Shield, like I say, it's the best shield in the game that's not a supercharge. Density is really nice, and it's a good shield, and it's in your atomic power set. You want to make sure you have that in your loadout. It's very important. Mass density, it's the same visual effect as density, but it also shields all your teammates as well. It is the second best shield in the game. I mean, it's a tremendous shield supercharge. It's really nice. To me, it's the best tank supercharge. It may be the best shield supercharge in the game, but it's wonderful. And if you run your artifacts like I'm going to show you how I have mine, you can keep this up almost all the time. I mean, it regenerates so fast, and it's such a benefit for you and for everyone in the group. Atomic is all about the combos. If you remember, if we were reading in the description, when you're doing the combos, it helps with your damage absorption, plus the damage you're doing helps to heal you. So I use thermochemical explosion. If you look at the cooldown, it's 2.57 seconds. The one that's a pull, this one, the atom splitter, it is a pull, but it's a much longer cooldown, and you don't have that time. It throws off your time, and I just find the timing's better, and I don't need the pull, so I just use this one. And I clip that Proton Remedy. It throws your glow up for you faster. I'm going to show you a cheat here to how you can get your glow up almost immediately, because you want to keep that glow up as a tank, as this tank especially. If you don't have that glow up, then you're not getting these benefits that we talked about earlier, which are 35% controlled resistance and 25% damage absorption. So, you know, you've got to have those as a tank. Those are very important. Now, as far as your artifacts, and I'm going to show you this in action. Oh, and your white mod's really your preference. I use regenerative shielding. I love that mod, even though it's not a big, huge heal. I get it. You could use damage, max damage in there, because some of our heals are based off damage, but that's really your preference. I like the regenerative shielding, though, and I change tank powers a lot, so I use it. In my face mod, I use straight dominance. Remember, that makes you who you are as a tank, and I swap tank powers testing, so I like to have dominance there. Deadly blocking your feet, so when you do have to block, it knocks them down beside you. It doesn't throw them away from you. There's really not one in the legs that's viable. In the chest, I get hardy to increase my max health. The neck, fortified assault, increasing my defense while not blocking, because you know you don't want to block because of the nature of this power, unless you just have to because of a mechanic, or because you're in some high elite content or some survival mode type. Then you'd want to change out that neck mod for the blocking one. And then I use absorption disaster because it throws a shield around me. Now, when you start off as Atomic, the first thing I'm going to do is throw up my Hardlight Shield. Then I'm going to go right into one of those combos, and I'm going to clip it with that Proton Remedy, and you see how it gets my glow up right now. So I've got maximum damage absorption with the shield, plus I'm ready to do combos to do damage and to heal myself per my max health and per that damage done. So there is a build that I've ran quite a bit. I have not did the survival mode with it this time. I just haven't been on to do it. But now I have ran elite content with this and ran every other thing in the game with it. And it's a really good loadout, really good build. And it'll help you. And it's very user-friendly. And I'm going to go show you it in action. Doesn't matter if anybody's there or not. To me, the best place to test your tank build and loadout is in the end game content bounties, because you can test it without having anybody there to help you. And if you've built your tank right, you're not ever going to knock one of these guys out by yourself, but you are going to be able to survive and be able to be up without anyone helping you. I see they're over here fighting now, and there's nobody here, so I'm going to show you how this build works. Remember, we're going to start with our Hardlight Shield, then I'm going to jump in and start fighting straight into a combo. I'm going to clip that, which I missed it, but you want to, if you clip it right, you'll get that Proton Remedy up, and you'll have your glow up immediately. Once you do that Hardlight Shield, when it's about halfway on cooldown, you go into density. Now I'm going to clip it this time. I hit it, and I got my glow up, so now I've got my maximum damage absorption. And I'm healing myself back with the damage I do from my combos. It shields down, so I'm going to put back up my Hardlight Shield. I didn't talk about artifacts, but I will just a minute. I just want to show you how strong this build is. You see, I'm all by myself, all by my lonesome, and it's no problem whatsoever. It's all about that glow, though. If you don't keep it up, you're going to not survive and not be viable. And that's a fact. Where if you keep that glow up and keep rotating those shields, you can survive and not have any issues. And I think I more than showed that just then in that short little clip. Didn't need anybody with me. I rotated my shields, rotated that glow up, and I had two bosses there hit me, and I had no problem staying alive. Just want to make sure I showed you that. I am a little bit rushed this morning because it's about to shut down, but I forgot to do my artifacts, and that's my fault. I use that lasso artifact because I really like that 5% dominance. No other artifact gives you that big boost like that. I also like that it groups the enemies for me, So it's really 2 pulls in one. I get a long distance pull, I get a singleton on a boss, plus I have a pull that'll pull adds to me and group them together for me. I love that. Now, if you don't have that lasso, a good one to go with is the Mystical Symbols of the Seven. Besides that, I really like that one, and you could switch that out for the lasso if you don't, like using that lasso. I really like it. Because of the supercharge, I didn't get to use it just then, but that mass density, you just pretty much keep it up when you have this Eye of Gemini artifact, because it makes you regenerate your supercharge so fast, and you can see that it restores 3% health and 2% supercharge every second that it's up. That Pilot's Gaze that it gives you, so when you cast your supercharge, you get that, and standing in it gives you another 5% boost in dominance, which is actually 10% boost in dominance, because dominance is doubled in health row. I mean, it just puts lead in your pencil. That makes you tough as a pine knot right there now, which is very tough for any of you country folks that's ever had to cut pine wood. But this really makes you tough, man, and it works great for this power set. Manacles of Force, I think no matter what kind of tank you are, you should use this, because it resets every shield, and no matter what tank you are, you're going to use a shield. So it's great, and it gives you a 4% dominance, which is actually 8%. And the Unshakable is really nice because it absorbs 50% of the damage and reapplies it, so it's basically like a whole nother shield. And those are the artifacts that I run. You don't have to get them to 200. They're much better when you do get them to 200. Most of them are viable around 120, 160. So, but there is my Atomic tank build and loadout for 2020. I've had a lot of success with it, and I know that you will too. And you see, I don't even have to be in a group to work on bounties. If you do get in a group, man, it really works, and you can really help the group and make the group be successful. And that's what it's all about as a tank. That's your job, is to keep yourself up so you can keep all the attention on you and keep everyone else alive. Now, I appreciate everyone watching today. I hope this video helps you with your Atomic loadout, or your Atomic tank. I know that it will. If you'll use this build and loadout, that it'll help you. One thing that I didn't do today, I didn't have my supercharge built up before I jumped in there and started fighting. Make sure before you jump in elite content or in survival mode, go ahead and have a full supercharge with this mass density up. It forces you and up to 7 group members' bodies to transmutate into heavy metal. That's why you get this look about you, but the whole group gets it. And man, it not only shields you, but it shields the whole group, which is awesome. And it makes it so much easier on the healers and on you as a tank. But hey, that's my Atomic build and loadout for 2021. If you like the video, go ahead and give me a like. Share it with your friends. Share it with anyone that needs help with Atomic tanking, because I know that it will help you, and it's helped me. I've had a lot of fun testing Atomic. Looking forward to testing my next power set, but I've had a lot of fun doing this. If you don't like the video, hit the dislike button. Give me a thumbs down. But have some nuts in your sack and tell me why you don't like it. Hey, because I'm a big boy, I'll take criticism. And I really appreciate you watching. Hope this helps you. If it does help you, share it with your friends. Either way, God bless everyone that sees this. Thank you very much. Y'all have a great day. Peace.